Hello everyone. In our heat transfer lecture series, we have already studied about the steady state heat transfer. Now, in this lecture, we are going to study about the transient heat condition, or it is also called as unsteady state heat transfer. Before going to further study, first we will see about what is steady state heat transfer and what is unsteady state heat transfer. Okay, so in steady state heat transfer, in steady steady state steady heat transfer, temperature is the function of the only the space coordinates. Okay, but what about unsteady state transfer? In unsteady state heat transfer, temperature is the function of space coordinates and time also. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the steady state heat transfer and unsteady state heat transfer. That means in unsteady state heat transfer, temperature of a body is vary according to the space coordinates and time also. So time is the coordinate in the unsteady state heat transfer. Now we'll see the lump system analysis. So lump system analysis is one of the method is used in the unsteady state heat transfer. So here, interior temperature of some bodies remain essentially uniform at all the times during a heat transfer process. Okay. So for that we have given an example of a copper ball. Okay. So the temperature of such bodies can be taken to be function of time only. So that means the temperature of a copper ball, if you see here the example, copper ball is initially uniform at all the coordinates in the space coordinates also. So that means all over the body, the temperature of that body is considered as uniformly same. So in that concept, the temperature is consist of a time function only. Okay, so heat transfer analysis that utilizes this idealization is known as lump system analysis. Okay, so another one we have the given the example of a roast beef. If you see here, the center temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, so somewhat higher is 90, and at the surface temperature is 110 degrees Celsius. That means here the temperature is not only the function of time, it is also a varying according to the space. That means XYZ coordinates. Okay, so for that a small copper ball can be modeled as a lump system, but a roast beef cannot. Now here, to find out the lump system analysis, first we consider a solid body which has a mass is m, volume is considered as v, density is rho, and initial temperature of that body is Ti. Okay. And if you consider the temperature of this body is vary according to the time only. Vary according to the time only. So what will happen here? If you see here, the surface area is considered as h, as, and the surrounding heat transfer coefficient is considered as a h, and the surrounding medium is available at a temperature of T infinity. So what will happen if we have seen here the heat transfer coefficient at T infinity? Heat transfer is available from the surrounding to the body is by the convection. Okay. So that's why we have given the formula. So here is convection formula. Heat transfer rate Q is equal to HAS in bracket T infinity minus T of T. So T infinity is considered as a temperature of a surrounding fluid which is higher than the initial temperature of a solid body. What is T of T? T of T means the temperature of a solid body at a particular time T. Okay. Now see. Now we'll see the heat transfer, heat balance for this body. So what do we have? Heat transfer into the body during time dt. So we'll consider a specific period of time, how much amount of heat transfer to that body, and this is equal to the increase in the energy of that body during time dt. So that means internal energy is going to change. So what will happen? Convection heat transfer will be takes place to that body and if there is no another heat transfer, that means the body will be absorb all the amount of heat and it will be increase its internal energy. So this is our heat balance for this solid body. Now next one, we will substitute the formula here. What we have, the convection heat transfer, HAS T infinity minus T multiplied with dt. So dt is time, so particular time dt we will consider, and this is equal to internal energy will be increased, and internal energy will be found out by using MCP, differential change in temperature of that body. Now here we will substitute the formula for mass. Mass is equal to density multiplied with volume. Okay, and what is meant by dt? Dt is the differential change between the temperature of the solid body and the surrounding fluid medium. So that means dt is equal to d of capital T minus T infinity. Okay, so capital T means at a particular time temperature of that solid body. Now we'll see, we will now we'll substitute all these values in previous equation. What we get, and we'll take in time temperature variables at one side and another variables at other side. What will get, so derivative of T minus T infinity divided by T minus T infinity is equal to minus HAS divided by rho V Cp multiplied with dt. So here we will find out the formula in terms of derivative. Okay. So integrating with this equation with respect to initial time of solid body as Ti at a time t is equal to 0 and at a particular time t is equal to T, so temperature of that body is considered as T of T. Okay, so if we substitute these values and to integrate this equation, we will get, so this is our main equation. So what is ln T of T minus T infinity divided by Ti minus T infinity is equal to minus HAS divided by rho V Cp into T. Okay, so this this derivation takes place for the heating of a solid body, but this also is applicable for a cooling of solid body also. Okay, now if we simplify this equation, what will get, if you simplify this equation, what will get, T of T minus T infinity divided by Ti minus T infinity, that means the temperature ratio of a solid body at a particular time to the temperature difference for initial condition. That means T of T minus T infinity divided by Ti minus T infinity is equal to e raised to minus bt. So ln is converted into exponential condition. So e raised to minus bt. What is b? So b's value is considered as, from this equation, as HAS divided by rho V Cp. So here H is heat transfer coefficient, AS is surface area of solid body, rho is density, V is volume, and Cp is specific heat of that solid body. And this value of B is also called as time constant, because this is a constant value and this is multiplied with here the time t. So that's why this value is considered as a time constant, and it is unit is 1 upon S. Now if you see this formula, T of T minus T infinity divided by Ti minus T infinity is equal to e raised to minus bt. So if you take a temperature time versus a temperature graph of a solid body, what will get? So here for different values of B, it is time constant, so it will get, if value of, so this graph gets exponential curves to increase the temperature of solid body from initial temperature to the T infinity. So T infinity is surrounding temperature of a fluid, so that means heat takes place from a surrounding fluid to that solid body, and temperature of a solid body will be increased from initial temperature to the near to the or equal to the T infinity, and this will be vary according to the value of a time constant. If you increase the time constant, this exponential curve will be decreased and time will be reduced. Okay, so this equation enables us to determine the temperature T of T of a body at a time t, or alternatively the time t required for a temperature to reach specified value. the temperature of the body approaches the ambient temperature T infinity exponentially. So here in this equation we will see here e raised to minus dt. So that's why all the curves we will get as exponential curves. The temperature of a body changes rapidly at the beginning but rather slowly later on. A large value of B indicates the body approaches the environment temperature in a short time. So that means if we increase the value of time constant, obviously time required to reach the surrounding temperature will be reduced. Now, so here Q of T is equal to HIS in bracket T of T minus T infinity. So this is the formula to find out the rate of convection heat transfer between the body and its environment at a particular time T. Now to find out the total amount of heat transfer between the body and the surrounding medium over the time interval T of T is equal to 0 to the T. So for a in particular time, how much heat, total amount of heat will be transferred to the body is taken out from this equation. So Q is equal to mCp in bracket T of T minus Ti. So if Ti is initial temperature of the solid body and T of T is the final temperature of a solid body after a particular time T. Now next one, the maximum heat transfer between the body and its surrounding is found out by using Q max is equal to mCp T infinity minus Ti. So why we consider this T infinity? It is maximum. So the value of temperature will be reached of the solid body up to the equilibrium condition of this surrounding fluid. So that's why we will consider this is a maximum amount of heat transfer. Now the heat transfer to or from a body reaches its maximum value when the body reaches to the environment condition. So we have already seen here in the Qmax formula. So Qmax when we will get the solid body will be reaches its temperature to the equilibrium to surrounding condition. Now criteria for lump system analysis. Now we'll see the criteria for lump system analysis. So in that what will happen, we will consider a solid body. So in that what will happen, convection heat transfer takes place from surrounding of the body and the conduction heat transfer takes place inside of the body. Okay, so for that we will consider first is characteristics length. So characteristics length LC is equal to volume of a solid body divided by surface area. So from that formula we will get the characteristics length. Now next one, the Biot number. So Biot number, this is equal to HLC divided by K. So Biot number lump system analysis is applicable if Biot number is less than or equal to 0.1. When Biot number is less than or equal to 0.1, the temperature within the body relative to its surrounding, that is T minus T infinity, remains within 5% of each other. That means these are closely equal. So what is Biot number? So Biot number is taken as the ratio of the convection at the surface of the body to the conduction within that the body. So this is the convection heat transfer takes place to the solid body divided by conduction heat transfer into the body. So this is H delta T divided by K by LC multiply with delta T. So delta T gets cancelled. So we will get H divided by K multiply K divided by LC. And if you solve this, we will get again Biot number is HLC by K. So here H is heat transfer coefficient, LC is characteristics length, and K is the thermal conductivity of the solid body. So Biot number is also found out by using a thermal resistance formulas. So Biot number is equal to, it is ratio of conduction resistance within the body to the convection resistance at the surface of this body. If you solve this, again we will get the same formula. Biot number is equal to HLC divided by K. So the criteria of lump system is the Biot number when is less than or equal to 0.1. We will use or will consider this body as a lump system. This body will behave like a lump system analysis. So this concept Biot number is given as the name of Jean Baptiste Biot. So this was a French physicist, astronomer and mathematician born in Paris, France. Okay. So in the name of this scientist, that number is given as a Biot number. Now we'll see. So what is Biot number? So how to find out the Piot number? Suppose we have given a example of a spherical copper ball. It has thermal conductivity is 401 watt per meter degree Celsius and diameter is only 12 centimeter. Then if you find out first a characteristic length, it is equal to volume divided by surface area. So volume of a spherical ball is find out 1 upon 6 pi d cube and the surface area is pi d square. So if you solve this, we will get 1 by 6 multiply with diameter, and this value is given as characteristic length is equal to 0.02 meter. Okay, so if you substitute these values in the Piot number formula, Piot number is equal to HLC by K. So here we have given the heat transfer coefficient as 15 watt per meter square degree Celsius. So 15 multiply with 0.02 and divided by thermal conductivity 401. So if you solve this, we will get 0.00075. This value is much less than 0.1. So we will consider this spherical copper ball will behave like a lump system analysis. Okay. Now similarly, if you see another equation, when the convection coefficient H is high and K is low, the large temperature difference occurs between the inner and outer regions of the large body. When the convection coefficient H is high and K is low, the large temperature difference occurs between the inner and outer regions of the large solids. Okay. So in that concept, what will happen? So center temperature of the body is much different than the surface temperature. So that means temperature is varying according to the space coordinate and the time. Okay. So in that concept, we are not using the lump system analysis. So this is now another example we have given a Iceland which have number of buses and the boats are available to for the transfer facility to the another Iceland. So what will happen? So this analogy is between the heat transfer to the solid and the passenger traffic to an Iceland. So how much passenger will be traveling from the boat? Same amount of passenger will be traveling into the bus when that boats will be reached to that Iceland. Okay, so we'll stop here for lump system analysis, and in the next lecture we will see the transient heat transfer in a large bodies. Thank you.